Echo Park. Get ready as we're almost there. It's almost time for the Crackle Barrel 200 right here on twitch.tv/horseboat. Again, I'm Tom Torrey, aka the Horseboat, getting ready to go here for you here live in just a few minutes. Points and stats and schedule all coming up next. Much appreciated with the subs. Again, I was only kidding in the fucking Discord. You guys don't have to do that. Again, I appreciate all the love and support that you give me. But again, not a requirement for this program other than the fact that you get commercial-free viewing if you do so. Again, happy to have you. Hopefully you're enjoying the new Gear soundtrack here as we venture into the playoffs. And let's talk about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, grease monkeys and keyboard warriors, welcome to the Rolling Thunder, the rubber melting mayhem, the Southern Flight slip and slide we lovingly call the Crackle Barrel 200 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Again, I'm your host, your tour guide through this mechanical madhouse, the man who once tried to pit under caution at a Chili's, Tom Torrey, a.k.a. the Horseboat. Now listen, this is race 15 of 25 of the Gears Cup Series, and if you're not feeling the pressure yet, then you're either in denial or driving with both feet, because the playoffs, oh yeah, they're creeping up like a bad burrito at 2 a.m. in the infield. Now August 11th, Daytona, the big one is coming. That's when the playoffs begin. And I'm not talking about your ex texting you back. That is the big one. Tonight's race is brought to you by Rescue Leak Plumbing, the official leak sealers, I should say, of this broadcast. Whether it's under your sink or in your pants after lap 199, they've got you covered. Call now, 803-984-3812, and tell them the Horseboat sent you, and they still won't give you a discount, but it'll make them laugh. And of course, you're watching here tonight live on twitch.tv/Horseboat, the only Twitch channel brave enough to combine high-speed racing and questionable life advice. Hit that follow button like it insulted your mother's potato salad. Now tonight, we're tearing up the legendary Atlanta Motor Speedway, where tires vanish faster than your paychecks at a Bass Pro Shops. This track eats rookies, shreds egos, and if you're not careful, it'll throw you in the wall like a plate of ribs at a family reunion fight. Now tonight, the tension is tighter than a lug nut at a Waffle House brawl. The rubber's hot, the drama's hotter, and I, your faithful captain, I can't fucking speak, am more excited than a spotter with a bullhorn and no rules. We've got 40-plus drivers, one winner, and approximately 87 future therapy sessions, depending how turn 4 goes. So tighten those belts, double knot your fireproof socks, and for the love of all things octane, don't blink. This is the Cracker Barrel 200, and we're about to set it harder than a TikTok challenge at a monster truck rally. Let's go racing. Hope you enjoyed that. If you didn't, I don't care. Let's go to the schedule. Now tonight's schedule here for the 23rd Atlanta Motor Speedway. Next week is the Brickyard 200. Looking forward to that. And then 2 weeks from tonight on the 14th, 3 weeks I should say, we take the week off, the week of 4th of July, with Auto Club Speedway to round out that second third of the column there. And that last 3 races, you have Iowa, Talladega, and then the finale in the regular season, Homestead, Miami, on August 4th. As I mentioned before, August 11th is creeping closer and closer. Speaking of creeps, let's check out the points. Colby Hogan is your leader right now. 252 points back is Gary Owen. But Colby Hogan and Aiden Donahue both locked in. Min Hang, Mike DeWalt rounding out your top 5. Jesse Becker, Brad Gutierrez, Joe Stafford, Skylar Comstock, and Connor Rowe rounding out your top 10 in points. And on the bubble right here, right now, is Eric Sable and the 71 of Brandon Meyer on the outside looking in. Taking a hit last week, Travis Stroney, Jay Cook, Ryan Robertson, and Jonathan Militia. Flying high above in the meandyourmom.com blimp cam, only serving up the best on what your mom can do for you. Again, use promo code DVDA for 50% off your first purchase in the promo code area. And we are just about set for qualifying. Give you a moment, grab a beverage, get ready. Gears Cup Series qualifying up next.
Echo Park.
Set here now as he's going to foolishly go out, but it's going to blink again, and we're going to end up going into qualifying here for Atlanta. Again, recently renamed Echo Park Raceway, Speedway, whatever the hell it is. I don't know, don't care. I think it sounds stupid as shit. Love to know your feedback in the audience. Heard there's some buffering issues tonight going on. I hope that does not continue. But again, I appreciate y'all sticking it out if that is indeed what you're doing. Again, Echo Park Speedway, whatever the... Yeah, I'm not going to get used to that. Atlanta Motor Speedway, we're doing it tonight. Crossing over like John Edwards into qualifying right here, right now. Let's see who's going to hit the track first. All right. Cue the music. Colby Hogan sitting there on pit road. We got, looks like Connor Rowe in that Blue Chew machine. Bring us around here for the first of many laps here tonight at Echo Park. In the green Echo Park restart zone. It's going to take a minute for me to get used to this whole thing with, you know it's Atlanta. You know what the hell it is. But they changed it. Change is hard. Painful here to watch here tonight. I do apologize about that. Loot Daddy, shut up. We don't want to hear it. Connor Rowe on the pole, 31.54. Not anymore. Joe Stafford with a 31.51. Can Connor Rowe do any better in that Blue Chew machine? 31.51 for Joe Stafford. A lot of 31.54s on the board between Connor Rowe and Travis Stoney around the finish line. Lap number 2. Not good enough. Robert Rossello Jr. on the pole right now. Eric Sable taking it over. 31.43, 31.45. Robert Rossello Jr. taking over the number 60. Folks may recall 31.43. Gary Owen finishing third there right now, 31.48. Brad Gutierrez, lap number 1 for him, 32.35. God, that scheme sucks. But I love Brad. This guy takes audio clips of me and doctors them. Or he doesn't use the whole sentence of what I'm saying. Look at this. I don't know what the hell that was, but it puts him up to 5th with a 31.47. Eric Sable, Ryan Robertson, Robert Rossello Jr., Jacob Malone, Chris Otto. Chris Otto, newbie to this league in the 48 Ally machine. Not new to iRacing, but new to gears. Welcome aboard, Chris Otto. Josh Cole back in the 43 here tonight, qualifying 19th. Min Hang in that MH Designs number 11 Ford Mustang, going around for the first time here tonight. Again, Min having a good year. Trying to do a little too much here. Sorry about that. sits fourth in points. Only win of the year looks like came at Monza. Min Hang 31.83. Lap number 2 is going to be 31.43, taking the pole, swiping it away from Eric Sable. Min Hang, your pole sitter. Mike DeWalt going to qualify 4th. Frank Warner looks like 31.47, 7th fastest for the number 25. Storm Machine looks like it's going to be it. Good qualifying session here tonight. Give you a little bit of a rundown before we advance to the next session, if it'll let me. Oh, looks like we just missed it. Min Hang, Eric Sable, Ryan Robertson, Mike DeWalt, Ken Dorian Davis, Robert Rosello Jr., and Frank Warner. 1 through 7 as they flip to the next. Looks like they're going to get a warm-up session in, which means we'll get a warm-up session. A lot at stake here tonight. Again, including this race tonight, it is 6 races to go before the playoffs, and then a 5-lap dash for the cash, as they would say. Again, tonight looks beautiful out on the track. If you look at the track map there, you got 130 laps tonight. There's no stages, no fast repairs, 5 tire sets, 1 you came in with, and 4 over the wall. Max fuel capacity of 70%. And as always, it's a fixed setup here for Atlanta_2022_oval.stow in case you're looking. Now, track rules, it's a little bit important to note here. Initial start is on the green lights. All subsequent restarts will be in the restart zone. The in-sim restart zone rule is on. Must enter pit road before turn 3. Again, that is a big thing for drivers to get used to. If you're looking at the bottom of your screen, you see that yellow line as they enter turn 3. That's where you have to enter pit lane from. So if they don't do that, they get a violation for it, and they're going to have to come through yet again to deal with that. Now, passing below the red and white lines will lead to a penalty awarded by race control. Now, if you give the lead back, it's going to be all right. I don't think they're going to harp on you too much, but if you don't give it back, you're going to have to serve something. Going below the red and white lines during qualifying was allowed, as you saw, and then we upped the incident limit so people don't get DQ'd tonight to 64 times. It is about ready to get underway. I'm excited for it. Grid walk up next. Grab a beer, grab a soda. Let's go. Atlanta 2025 for the Gears Cup Series. Coming up next, sponsored by Leak Rescue Plumbing out of North Carolina. Again, official leak sealing sponsor of the Gears Cup Series. And looking high above in the MeteorMom.com blimp cam. Want to point out tomorrow night, everybody give your support for the Gears Sprocket Series. Again, finale at Las Vegas. Nate Williams will be on hand for the call. I might join him in the booth tomorrow night, depending on what happens. A thrilling 3-car race here for the top of the championship. Robert Rosello Jr., our in-race reporter, is leading that points battle here tonight. And then a big announcement for Gears and the future of Gears coming up tomorrow night. I'll let him break that all down for you. But again, pay attention tomorrow night as the Gears Sprocket Series wraps up over at twitch.tv/basepuppy. Get ready for the grid walk right here, right now. All right, we're going to get right into it because I know how fast they move. So tonight on the front row, we have the 11 of Min Hang, and on the outside of him, the 30 of Eric Sable. Row number 2 on the inside, we have the deuce of Ryan Robertson. And the outside of him, the 20 of Michael DeWalt. Row 3 of the 34 of Ken Dorian Davis. And the outside of him, in the 60, Robert Rossello Jr. In row 4, we have the 25 of Frank Warner. And on the outside of him, the 45 of Jacob Malone. In row 5, we have the newbie, the number 48 of Chris Otto. On the outside of him, the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. In row 6, we have the 87 of Gary Owen. And the 5 of Connor Rowe. In row 7, we have the 9 of Stephen Gurley Jr. and the 71 of Brandon Meyer. In row 8, we have the 10 of Colby Hogan and the 97 of Jesse Becker. And in row 9, we have the 41 of Chris Bishop and the 57 of Joe Stafford. In row 10, we have the 96 of Christian Taylor and the 94 of Jay Cook. In row 11, we have the 14 of Travis Stroney and the 51 of Floyd Stewart. Row 12, we have the 35 of Austin Thomas and the 43 of Josh Cole. In row 13, we have the 56 of Chris Norris and the 38 of Jeremy Eshelman. In row, looks like 14, the number 7 of Joseph Enright and the 26 of Fortson Poston. And the caboose, last but certainly not least, the Reds Apple Ale 448 of Tristan Avocado Acevedo. Ready to break you off a little something here tonight. 130 laps here in Atlanta. Getting hot and heavy, you know how it go. HB drink time, nobody asked for it, but I'm doing it anyways. Salute to everybody out there tonight watching on a Monday night, working hard. Summer is approaching. Heat wave is aplenty here in the Midwest. But in Georgia, it is a beautiful night here in the Sim. Let's check in with our in-race reporter here tonight, Rob Rossello here, giving us a breakdown. Rob, how are you feeling, good sir?
Great, buddy. How are you?
Doing well as you guys are getting ready to take the green flag. 10 seconds or less. What are your thoughts here at Echo Park?
It looks great at night. I don't think we've done this before, so we're pretty excited for it.
Well, you are the points leader for the Sprocket Series heading into the finale. What's your feelings about that? 5 seconds.
It's going to be great, man. It's going to be fun tomorrow night. Got to get a win here, though.
It is important. Cup Series is important, but he's got to take it home here to the Sprocket. In-race reporter Rob Rossello in the new number 60. Got your custom font in just in time. Good luck, sir.
Thanks, bud.
Rob Rossello Jr., a guy who I've grown to love, that has joined the league here. It has been certainly a pleasure. Glad I got to that one. That could have got weird real quick. But all right, everybody. Hopefully, if you got seatbelts on, use them. If you're in a wheelchair, strap them inside. Here we go. God, I need a wheelchair to get around. Strap in. I want to go fast. Min Hang, Eric Sable leading us down here for the Cracker Barrel 200 right here at Atlanta, or as they call it, Echo Park. And they refer to this track like a mini Daytona, but not a lot of space to move. is not that hard to pass. But again, there is rampant movement depending on which line you take. Now, hopefully everybody will be nice and we can get around the track one time. Minhang's going to lead us down for lap number 1. Again, the update changed the car a little bit. Talking in the garage this week with the drivers, it was very apparent that the update changed some things in the car, and I don't think some guys were ready for that. And if they were, they basically adjusted to it mid-race on the fly. Riding on board now with our in-race report. I should have been mid-race, but in-race. Riding behind the 20 of Mike DeWalt. Give him a little love tap, little bumper brewski. You know, just let him know he's there. Eric Sable and the 20 are teammates. Something to keep in mind here. Looks like Marcelo opening up the third lane. We do have 3 wide going into 3 and 4. Looks like Josh Cole, Jesse Becker, Rob Rossello. Rob Rossello looks like he might be taking a little bit of just trying to sit back a little bit. We'll ride on board here with Floyd Stewart and the NOS machine. At 51, again, love Floyd. Atlanta, he's due for a win at some point, Floyd is. One day he'll put it all together. Might get a winner some way, somehow. Looks like some of these guys, the heat is getting a little too early. Getting a little too hot in the kitchen. I'm gonna step out back for a cigarette. If you don't like my analogies, I apologize up front. Min Hang, Ryan Robertson, Ken Dorian Davis, Brad Gutierrez, Frank Warner, your top 5. Connor Rowe, Chris Otto, Gary Owen, Jay Cook, and Jacob Malone. Rounding out your top 10 again. The 48 of Chris Otto, and then another Chris, if I can find him if he's here. Yeah, 56 of Chris Norris riding out here in the back. Looks like in that Napa Know-How number 9, that's going to be weird to talk about later. But there he is. It is Bruce Race here. Hopefully he enjoys his stay. Joseph N right there. Don't know what his car says there for the moment. Looks like Blaze. What the fuck that is? Can somebody tell me in the chat? I would love to know, Matt. And it looks like that car, looks like it's got a tint to it. I think it was highlighted in Word or something. Go back on course in front. Your points leader, Colby Hogan, riding that chrome, silver, black, and gold Modelo. Again, it's Modelo time every time out for Colby Hogan. Real self-conscious about his driving. Oh, Brad Gutierrez getting a push from good old Jakey Malone. I don't know if that was the case or not, but it sure as hell looked like it, and that's what I'm going to call it as. It did look like it. If I was Brad, I'd be pissed off, man. Brad's like a woman scorned, dude. You don't want to mess with that dude if he's pissed off. He'll come at you like a spider monkey, and he won't care. Min Hang leading this group down. Ken Dorian Davis right there. Ken Dorian Davis on 34. Haven't said his name much at all. Here goes Ryan Robertson to the outside, looking for a little help from his friends Jacob Malone and Cody Hogan, trying to make that freight train work. Holla if you hear me, it is intense up front. Side by side, down the backstretch, Min Hang leading both lines right now. I'm glad we're not seeing, you know, some people pull that asshole move where like, I'm going to bounce the inside, the outside maintain momentum, I'm going to try to do that. Some people can do that really well, and I give them credit and I respect them for doing that. But there's some people who do that, they have no business doing that. Just hold your line, bro. Just hold your line. You may have lost lost a little momentum that lap, but it's not the last lap. You don't need to block. It's a grind your gear session with Horseboat. It's one of those things that piss me off, man. It could be so much better, but then you got to block another lane. I'm not experiencing that here. It's just a gripe that I have when it comes to super speedway racing. Ryan Robertson checking out. Seacrest out. Frank Warner in that Ford machine right there. That outside lane seems to have broken up, giving that inside lane an advantage, but Frank Warner says, hold my beer, fuck that up. Connor Rowe taking advantage, and there he goes! Frank Warner trying to keep it together, and he's around in the inside.
Caution. Bud, tell me about your car real quick.
He's gonna be okay. But damn, girlfriend, that got buck wild in a hurry. Ryan Robertson now has crashed. Let's back this up. What is going on here? All right, so Frank Warner, you see in the 25 and the 5 here in the frame, just coming into frame. Now, I don't know what the hell happened here. It looks like the 25 and the 5 go off to the inside. All that's going on right now as people are dropping. Okay, you see that going on. Ryan Robertson. Boom. Chris Bishop. Something happens here. Let's back this up and see what happened. Oh, it looks like Jesse Becker trying to avoid the contact. Couldn't do it. Gets a right rear corner panel on Chris Bishop's machine, throwing himself and Ryan Robertson in the wall. I would be straight pissed. Ryan Robertson up near the top 10. Probably really looking forward to this one. On the receiving end, some bad luck. That is, I'm just going to say it, that is some bullshit. And I'm not laughing at him. That is a general thing that happens. I mean, you guys know if you run. Looks like we're seeing guys head to pit stalls right now. It happens. Some of these guys trying to top off, get some fuel. There's that 57 of Joe Stafford. Again, I'm going to plug it again because we need people to be there to see it. Tomorrow night, Las Vegas. Be there, B Square, twitch.tv/Bait Puppy. Nate Williams on the call as Gears Sprocket Series finale wraps up at Las Vegas. Who will be the champion? Rob Rosello Jr. is the leader. Come and find out here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, only here on twitch.tv. As they get ready to go back, Green Flag Racing. Again, this race is sponsored by Leak Rescue Plumbing out of North Carolina. Again, not the first time they have sponsored a Gears Cup Series, Gears Racing League event. Very happy to have them back on board for this one. Always a pleasure to have them. Always a pleasure to talk about them, to be real with you. Again, check them out. If you're in North Carolina, need some plumbing. They service the York County, Chester County, Mecklenburg County, and Lancaster County. Call now to schedule service at 803-984-3812. All right, looks like everybody's getting back. Min Hang, Ken Dorian Davis, row 1. Colby Hogan, Jacob Malone, row 2. Josh Cole, Travis Stroney, row 3. Austin Thomas and Chris Otto, row 4. And rounding out your top 10, Gary Owen and Jay Cook. Again, hoping you're having a good night here tonight. There's a lot going on in the world. But in our world here tonight, you're safe. We're going to have a good time. iRacing is the game. Points battling, I guess, is the name of the game. Trying to get the playoffs. Trying to get a win. If you can't get in on points, that wild card would surely help you in this instance. Here we go for the restart in the Echo Park restart zone. Yeah, great avoidance indeed from that DeWalt car. You know, Mike can be pretty good. You know, he should do car insurance. I know he's a financial dude, I think. That's pretty amazing. Jacob Malone all over the ass of the Cody Hogan. Hell yeah, brother. Taking the lead away from Min Hang right here, right now. Right on board with the 10-car Modelo. This track is so awesome in terms of speed, but it's almost like close quarters combat. It's super fast, it's super intense. One false move and you're done. You're toast. Talladega, with as being as wide as it is, you're able to get away with more shit. Here at Atlanta, there's no room. Look at this. You can make it 3 wide, but it's going to be a tight 3 wide. And if it's 4 wide, oh man, you hope that all 4 drivers in that fray can hang on and hold their line. Top 5, Gary Owen, Colby, hell yeah, Brother Hogan, Jacob Malone, and Ken Dorian Davis rounding out your top 10. In with me now, the recently deceased, recently TNF, Ryan Robertson. Ryan, I know you're probably in the heat, so we're not going to get into that just right now, but welcome to the program. Happy you can be in the booth. I know that's probably not a sufficient consolation prize, but happy to have you, my man.
I'm glad to be here, dude. It's just, it's honestly comical how much bad luck I have, but it is.
It really is. You know, if you're okay to talk about it, like, what the fuck?
Dude, I don't have an answer. Like, how do I back up through the field and then the next lap?
I know, like, I know you were trying to play the long game, the smart game, but honestly, it's a horse of peace when you're at a super speedway, man. I've been screwed. Both being, you know, like the old adage were like, run where you run. Like, okay, yeah, I can run up front, that's fine, but I can't, you know, it's everybody else that you're worried about.
Right.
In that instance, you just got Chris Benson for a ride, and you were collateral damage then.
Yeah. I know it wasn't, you know, purposeful. You know, things happen, check-ups happen, but yeah, I'm honestly dumbfounded. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Dude, you got dunked on harder than Shaquille O'Neal back in his prime, dunking on fucking white dudes. Like,
yeah,
it's not even fair. Like, after their again, life ain't fair, and that is a good lesson learned. Min Hang back out of the lead, holding down. And Min Hang's his win was at Monza, hasn't won since. But for Monza, that was a pretty wild win to get if you're going to get a win anywhere in the game.
It's a really good plate racer, Tom. I don't think he gets enough credit for as good as he is. I mean, I think he definitely was a favorite at Daytona. His finish didn't reflect that, but he was up front in the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good memory to recall. Yeah, he has all the talent in the world. He's a driver too. Let me add that into the mix. A guy
Right.
that can probably stay out of trouble, a top 5 car all day, any road course.
It's pretty much any track for him. I mean, it's he's not just a road course guy. He's not just a plate guy. I mean, he's good everywhere. He's definitely one to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mid-hang, Josh Cole, Chris Otto. He just recently vetted. Rookie to the league, but running up here in 3rd. Again, big fan over there of Gary Owen, his work on YouTube. Crossed over here into gears. He does have the skills with almost nearly a 3,000 I rating. Chris Otto, welcome to gears.
It's good to see new people coming in here. I don't know Chris, but he's having a solid run so far. Up there in 3rd, flying the 2 freedom cars, so we'll see what he can do here.
As Gears Racing League HR, I can't reveal too much. Just kidding. But the guy was great in the session that we did. He was awesome. He actually led most of the race. I think he actually won the betting session. So a guy that has a lot of skill, and I think will be a threat to any top dog here at Gears. Joined a little too late to be in contention, but still a solid runner, and we're happy to have him. Welcome the 48.
Definitely be one to keep an eye on next week at Indy once we get away, from the plate style track. But I mean, you can still a lot of right. The Brickyard's great. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have to tee that up in a little while. We're kind of hyping up the Sprocket Series again. Finale tomorrow night in Las Vegas. I don't know if you're gonna be there or not. I know you work weird hours and things like that, but your thoughts on the Gear Sprocket Series?
I haven't been able to race as much as I'd like I said, with work. And I probably tomorrow, unfortunately. But I mean, there's 6-7 guys that could win the championship. I mean, what more can you ask for? When you have most of the field that's still in contention, and as we saw last year, we really don't know what's going to happen until things happen. Like one guy has a bad race. I mean, it opens a lot of things up.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because I was in the mix last year and was heartbroken. But
yeah, sorry, Tom.
No, it is what it is. I was surprised he could be there. Surprised to get 2 wins on the year. So, to be in that conversation is pretty cool. Being as a broadcaster, I don't race nearly as much as I do. So, to, kind of earn some of their respect as far as it goes. I know I'm shit at some of these tracks, but there's some tracks where I'm very competitive. And pass those classes to do basic math. So, it is pretty cool that the Sprocket Series has grown. And again, I'm not going to drop any new things, but a teaser for tomorrow night. You're going to want to be there. You're going to want to pay attention, as there is many things that will be possibly changing for the Sprocket Series. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Again, tomorrow night, Las Vegas finale. Tune the fuck in. Speaking of tuning in, I'm sorry, didn't mean to
you're good.
talk over you, I should say, if I could speak English. Gonna do our first loose and loud at lap 32. I know, shocker, underneath 100 laps to go. First loose and loud, Leak Rescue Plumbing, your sponsor. Let's get it on. Ryan Robertson in the booth with me tonight after getting killed at Atlanta. Again, Ryan, thank you so much for being in the booth.
Thanks for having me, Tom. It's been a good race so far.
It has. It's been very exciting. Min Cole, hey, John Cole, Chris Otto, combining names. Colby Hogan, Jacob Malone, your top 5. Jay Cook, Travis Stroney, Gary Morgan, Jesse Becker, and Rob Rossello Jr. Your top 10. But it's been side by side all night long, Ryan.
Look, Min Hang just called out he's pitting right here, so it's about to get interesting.
Uh-oh. Green flag pit stops. Here we go. And rumor has it Josh Cole came back tonight because of the hatred that he has for the Rangers, Ryan. I don't know if you have any more insight on that, but Josh Cole really back on like on a bender right now.
Yeah, I mean, Josh usually works a lot of extra hours on Mondays, so he kind of backed out of the series. But I think him and Brad had some beef on Repo. They got each other killed, and he's still really upset about it. So we'll see if when they get close to each other, if anything happens.
The beef is real, and when I mean beef, I mean Repo.
It's a real serious game. There's a lot of emotions.
Super serious. A lot of sweats in that game. Now, Ryan, I don't know, are you familiar with the term of LARPing?
No, I'm not. Please enlighten me.
I will enlighten you. Looks like everybody's pitting right now. Josh, Colby, Jacob, and Savannah right now. Chris Otto looks like he's going to lead his first lap in gears, and we are here to document it with LARPing.
Oh,
Jesus. Holy shit. Here he comes down. Chris.
Oh, no, that's Chris.
It's Chris
sorry,
Norris. Chris Chuck Norris.
Someone's in the wrong card. He
Damn,
is still
man, he is fucking up.
He
I love
just
Chris.
all
Chris
forward.
is one of my favorite people. I think he's a super nice cat. He just fucked up.
More
Chris
cars
Otto
pitting.
going to pit. Rob Rossello taking the lead. Jesse Becker right behind him. Again, some of these guys during that, looks like we got about 8 laps in, 8 to 10 laps in before our first caution. Ryan got killed. People came in from probably about 12th on back for gas. So we'll see how that's going to work out.
Still, these
Looks
different
like Rob's
strategies
gonna go
work
in.
out. Rob's by himself. Oh no, Travis missed pit road entry. He's gonna get an illegal pit road entry here.
What an asshole.
He's not gonna be happy, and that's not good for him in the points, as you alluded
You
to
might
earlier.
as well just go. Like, you shouldn't, you know, like, if you pit,
No.
if you did that, you might as well go, right?
Right. You might as well just go up and just go back on track, because you
what I
just gave yourself a weight penalty. You may have to sit in this box for 40 seconds.
That sucks balls.
That or another drive-through.
Jesse Becker leading his laps around Echo Puck right now, going into 3 and 4. Jeremy Escherman, Christian Taylor, Joseph Enright, and Joe Stafford right there. Brad Gutierrez, Mike DeWalt, Floyd Stewart, and the Daytona winner, Brandon Meyer. Again, the points race keeps getting tighter and tighter. And Colby Hogan, Aiden Donahue, both locks. Donahue not here tonight, it looks like.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that. I know Donahue's not here, Militia's not here, so that's
Militia had ISP issues, so, you know, with the internet, you know, and the mysteriousness that is the internet. Let's go live from the MeandYourMom.com blimp cam. She doesn't get enough credit. DVDA on your first purchase there in that promo code for 50% off. But again, Militia with ISP issues. I'm not sure what the other guys, what they're doing, or the issues they had this evening where they could not make it. But again, Donahue a lock on this race.
unfortunate for John. I like John, and I know he loves this type of racing, so that's unfortunate.
Definitely. Again, these guys have yet to pit on this run. I would imagine they have about 4 laps more that they can do. Bucku, hopefully you're having a good Monday night there. Watching over the shoulder of your beloved husband, Christian Taylor. Christian riding around in third, riding on board with him right now.
would assume these leaders have to pit here within the next couple laps.
That's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 4 laps or so, now 3. I would imagine they have to.
Yeah.
Brad Gutierrez, that second group leading behind Mike DeWalt. Looks like the 26 of Fortson Poston. Looks like a lap down maybe. And
yes.
the 25 of Frank Warner. Again, this is Super Speedway racing right now as you see it. Again, a mini Daytona they call it here at Echo Park. But these guys, I imagine, have to come in soon. Ryan, I know you got calls on. Let me know if anybody calls anything out. But good props for Storm. Storm running first and third here tonight. Putting a show on for these folks. Again, Ryan, I know you were probably not in here for this, but right about Joseph Enright's car. I like the car design, but it looks like it's highlighted, like he's in Microsoft Word.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it looks like fuzzy. I don't even know how to explain it.
Now, somebody's gotta tell me, Bugboo says, loving the Yellowstone car. I watched like 15 minutes of that show, and I thought it was ass. Is it as good as they say it is, or am I just out of my mind? Like, am I lame? I'm not a big Kevin Costner fan, if that makes any difference.
Yeah, I never got into that myself. I think it was a little too hyped up, and yeah, people were ruining it for everybody. I was like, yeah, I'm not about to get into that because I want to be able to watch the show.
It's fucking weird, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at Enright's car now. It's got like a white hue over it. It's really weird. It's like I got clear coat on it.
Bugboo says it's a really good show. If you can rank it for me, rank it out of 10. I would love to know. Again, the show I've been watching tires, but that's right up my wheelhouse. Dane Gillis, one of my favorites. He's grown to be one of my favorite comedians. He connects with me on something level. Maybe that just shows how stupid I am. I don't know. It looks like Jesse Becker has peeled off. Oh, looks like he's out of
Jesse,
here. Like
yeah,
out.
blinked. He blinked. I don't know if he lagged out.
Forever blink. He's on the blink plan. I try to catch him and he's not there.
No, he's gone.
If Joseph Enright wins tonight, I'm going to give him so much shit because I love the car. I love it. But why do you look like you should be in Ghostbusters? Eshelman, holy shit, a bunch of people pitting this time around.
Jay Cook and Travis straight out because they've already pitted, and Travis is 3 laps down because of the penalty. So yeah. Oh, Eshelman's around.
Oh, we got action and we got a caution probably.
No caution.
Somebody got to call that parking lot.
No, it's off the track, so it's not going to call it.
Damn, girlfriend, that is fucking crazy. And you saw it here live. That hurts.
I was waiting for that to happen. It's slippery down there, Tom. I know you didn't get to run any laps yet,
That's
but
what
it
she
is.
said.
It is very slippery.
Fucking slick, dude. Slick. That's what she said.
Yeah, Jesse officially did lag out.
Damn. Hopefully he can connect back. He might be a couple laps down by the time he does.
That
Looks
sucks.
like I'm experiencing some connectivity issues too, but I have a storm in my area, I believe. I gotta double check that. There's some rain in my area in the next couple of hours. It's gonna get cooled off down here, which would be phenomenal.
Oh, that sucks. So that wreck caused something really unfortunate for a lot of these guys. They all got black flags avoiding it, and they are stuck in their pit boxes.
Poor race control. Kyle Munson having to deal with that. Jacob Malone, your leader right now. Josh Cole, Kobe Hogan, Steven Jr., Chris Otto, your top 5. That changes the whole race in reality. Jacob Malone, I think we all know he's got the stuff. You've been
And he
following
finished better than
gears.
third.
Yeah. He's got the stuff to win. But Josh Cole is hungry. And also behind him, Colby Hogan having a sensational year. Colby, one of the weirdest dudes in the league. I'm going to say it right now. I'm a weird guy, okay? I know it. I know that. Brian, you know me. I embrace that, okay? He's fucking weird.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. Brad's going to clip it and make it into an insult against Kobe, and that's not it at all. I think I think his talent and his personality is good for the sport, and he's good for us. 38 grand out of talent. You bought, yeah. Oh, fucking.
That's unfortunate. I mean, that ruined a lot of people's races.
It did. It really did.
Never know. Caution can come back out and things can be in a hurry.
Everybody is spread out wider than an eagle's wingspan in America. Jacob Malone, Josh Cole, Colby Hogan, Steven Jr., Chris Otto, Robert Rossello, Gary Owen, Connor Rowe, Joseph Enright, and Brad Gutierrez rounding out your top 10. Again, only one caution here tonight to speak of, and it's been a really great race so far. 65 of 130 complete as we are at the halfway point of this race right here, right now. Or nearing, I should say. No, we're at the halfway point. Fuck it.
Yeah, we are.
Same. Thanks, Ryan.
We're good.
Ryan's sober. He'll tell you the truth.
Someone's got to be.
I might bet.
It looks like Jesse just came back in. No, that's unfortunate. That is.
Hey, at least he can still be here and be a part of it, but it's unfortunate they lagged out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know this must be sick just lagging out in the lead.
But tell me if you have seen this before. Josh Cole chasing Jacob Malone and Jacob Malone being your leader. All over the bumper of the 38. Frank Warner right in front of him. But the 45 beat Jacob Malone again qualified 8th, so he was up front. And hasn't looked back here since taking the lead.
Yeah, everybody's kind of spread out now. We got a 4-car pack up front, and then a 3-car pack facing them, and then about 5 cars behind that, 10 seconds back. So they've really got to work together or hope for a caution to catch back up.
No doubt there will be one.
Right, when and who?
You know somebody, and it doesn't matter which group that they're in. It's super speedway racing. Somebody's going to be short of patience.
Yep, they're going to try to push too hard, and something's going to happen, trying to catch back up, or lap car get involved, or there's so many things that can happen. We all know that.
Alex Dake wants to be up to speed again. We've only had one caution so far. We had a quote-unquote caution in pit lane or around turn 3 and 4 during the pit entry with a few cars. But that was not called a caution, affecting multiple cars' races, trying to avoid it, getting that black flag, being held in their pit box, ultimately flipping this race on its head, that lead pack. Basically, a majority of them getting that black flag. And Alex Daigle, one of my favorite people, Matt Albert, for those who are uninitiated, driver turned fully employed with benefits. Congratulations on that. Mike is screwed. Yes, he is. He avoided that wreck, went up above that white line before he entered pit road, and was susceptible to that penalty. So unfortunately, his race right now, and I'm going to use some NFSW language, he's fucked. Caution comes out, he's going to be saved, but other than that, he is fucked right now with the capital. And that goes for multiple drivers, not just him.
Yeah, it was 20 to Walt, Forts and Poston, 25, and the 96 were all.
Yeah, that really turned things on its head at the moment. But again, pit strategy with green flag. Pit strategy is going to be the thing here at the moment. 73 to 130 in the bag. But not all hope is lost. Right along with the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. I don't know why his car design sucks, but I love him as a person. Here we go, Brad Gutierrez. And I gotta say, like, I know I'm considered one of the old guys of the group, right?
Yes, you are.
Right. But these guys give me, like, they treat me like one of their own. And I appreciate that, you know.
Yeah, of course. We all poke fun at each other, especially
Absolutely.
Brad.
Gotta give it. We got some good game nights, dude. Some hilarious. I wish we had more of those documented because how funny it was.
Absolutely.
Some of that stuff. Repo is probably one of those games where, like, dude, that is some funny shit. I can't believe we do that. Jacob Malone still out in front. Josh Cole, Colby Hogan, Stephen Jr. Top 5. Gary Owen, Robert Cello Jr., Connor Rowe, Brad Gutierrez, Joseph Enright. Top 10. Let's ride with Rob Rosello here right now. And you know what? Let's bring him into the booth. Rob in that 60 machine riding around. Hopefully I didn't fuck you up too bad. Rob running around in 7th, having a good run. Started, I would believe, in 6th here to start the night. Back from where you started, one spot back from where you started. But how are you feeling?
You didn't mess me up. You did scare the shit out of me. Oh, good, man.
We're on board with
trying
you
to
right
catch
now,
the
my
pack.
man.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we're just trying to catch the pack here. We've been switching it up to keep the temps down, but it's been a fun race, non-stop action. So, you know, got shifted back in the beginning, but we're up there. I was pissed nobody pitted with me.
Yeah, you only had one take, or Ryan called that out when you pitted. But it looks like you're paired up with some really good guys, with Chris Otto and Gary Owen, both very skilled, and you're in good hands. You guys are communicating together, working together. I just want to clarify.
Yeah, we have been. We've been switching here and there, Gary and I, to push Otto, so it's been working out.
Fantastic. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Thank you for this green flag in race reporting. And Rob Rosello, due to be a father this season, should I say this year. Hope it all goes well. Congratulations, my man. Let's get back to it.
Thanks, dude.
Again, Rob, one of those guys where, Brian, I think you could agree, in the beginning, you're like, wow, this guy's got a big personality. But he's probably one of the coolest motherfuckers in this group.
Absolutely. Rob's a good guy. He's definitely fun to game with. I know you and I have gamed with him quite a bit. So he's having a good run so far. So hopefully he maintains that or has a chance to win. You never know.
I'm shocked he chose the number 60, but I'm going to ask him later what that was, and I'll follow up with y'all next week. Because I'm curious on why he switched. He's got a good number. He's got a good, the Kroger brands, number 60 Ford Mustang. But I'm curious on why that was. I will try to find that out for y'all if you care as much.
I love the Dave Blaney throwback. I thought that car was hot. That 77 Jasper car.
Jake, the Jaspers thing was cool. He was good. That's why I'm going to ask him, because I'm like, wow. Jake Malone out in front. Josh Cole right there is second. Josh came back again. Hard-working man, working full-time, supporting his family. And I mean his family, I mean his right hand.
That or his drinking habit.
But I can't believe I said that, but that's funny.
Even though we know he's married.
Yeah, no, we know it. I give him a lot of shit. Like, one of the best Golf Plus players I know, but he's been in kind of a drought last couple of days we've been on. Up here in second with that crinkled front end, but doing well here. 43.
Tom, it'll be interesting if this third pack with Brad and Connor, Joseph Enright and Hang, if they catch the second pack, if they will then start to make headway. Because that second pack has lost about a second and a half on the lead pack, now that they have so many lapped cars with them.
You know, if they were smart, they would move up with them because I don't know if they know that they have a big pack in front of them with a bunch of laps. That's what I think is the issue. So if they don't have that monitoring software to be like, okay, there's a bunch of cars with that lead group, I may want to slow down and have that other group catch us to even have a chance. That would be the smart play, but again, you never know what these guys have equipped.
Correct, yeah, because you think they're wasting laps and they're wasting more time by keeping a gap between those two packs. And you know, the laps are taking off pretty quick, so we only have, you know, under 45 to go.
Yeah, we are getting down there, and that is a good segue into our next loose loud for League Rescue Plumbing. Gotta give them their due. If you need help, they are serving the York County, Chester County, Mecklenburg, and Lancaster County. Call now to schedule service 803-984-3812. Leak Rescue Plumbing, the leak sealer official of the Gears Racing League. Loose and loud, ready, right, meow.
Caution's out. All right, buddy, in a couple laps by yourself there. How'd it feel?
We got a caution. Ryan Meow bringing you back in again. Ryan Robinson with me. Looks like we have a shitload of people that crashed, so we're gonna have to break it down. Brad, Ryan, give me 1 second. Called you Brad. That's very insulting. I am so sorry.
Wow.
Please do not be not friends with me after this. But let's look at this from the blimp cam view. Pay attention to the Shaquille O'Neal Stars and Stripes of the 84. They're right behind Connor Rowe. Let's see what happened here.
Oh.
Brad's like, oh my God. And Min Hang's like, let me just give you a little tush push. There he goes, getting a little bit about to the 11 o'clock if you're paying attention in your analog. But everybody starts to spin. Jake Cook gets into that. Min Hang feels the G's between his knees. Everybody's spinning around. Jake Cook in that 94, experiencing the amazingness that is Atlanta, tasting it all, getting it all involved. Colby Hogan in this mess as well.
Wow.
My God. My God.
Yeah.
Let's back this up here. Hold on. Our folks didn't see this, the end of this.
Yeah.
But it looks like Jake Cook in the 11, and boom! Colby Hogan's like, here's my wiener. Mike DeWalt like, let me hit the highlighted car. And the 10 with Fortson Poston almost following it up with his big Sunny D. That's what she said. And that is unfortunate. Let's ride along here with the 20 car of Mike DeWalt. Mike DeWalt, let's see if he feels the G's. Giving a bump. Going into 1 and 2. Looks like they had plenty of time. But as it broke down, looks like their pathways were blocked by 2 cars. Mike trying to avoid everything. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and getting T-boned because he loves to bone. Number 20 of Mike DeWalt. He might be okay, but some of these cars are screwed. Chris Otto out in front and your leader now. But the caution that was desperately needed by some of these drivers, wish has been granted, but those involved in the wreck, unfortunately, they're going to feel the pain.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there, Tom. I mean, I think, they had the incident there to start, and no one really had any damage. And then, yeah, I think the 10 was scared the 20 was going to hit him, and the 20 was scared the 7 was going to run into him, and it was just bad. Unfortunate.
Some of these drivers able to get out unscathed, others not so much, but only the second caution as we are over 100 laps in. Definitely, yeah, I agree with you, Alex Daig. Maybe, just maybe. Let's get some inside perspective. Rob Rossello, in-race reporter. Again, bringing us the news when we need to hear it. Rob,
Hello.
a lot of action in the comms or pretty quiet as you see it?
Oh, it's pretty quiet. It's just guys asking about why we had to pass the pace car there. It was a little weird. And it closed pit lane on us, so I think it was caution got extended to allow people to pit.
Well, that is good news for those a lap down and more. Rob,
Yeah,
how do you feel
exactly.
about this conclusion?
Good, man. I mean, that was going to work out in our favor there. We were going to be the lead pack when Stafford pitted, so I hoped it stayed green, but we'll see what happens here. We got a good group up front.
All right, again, Rob Rossello Jr. in the 60 car, giving us perspective, piece of his mind, and a piece of his time. Always a pleasure when we cross paths. Thank you, Rob, for your insight.
Yes, sir.
Rob Rossello again in that 60 machine. Currently, let's see where he is on the track. Oh my God, his third. What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, because we got lap cars that need to get the wave around.
Yeah, this is kind of a mess right here with where that caution came out, and they're trying to get it figured out.
Holding 1 to go.
Yep, they're going to give them another lap to get situated. While we do that again, Monday nights each and every week, again, off July, whatever it is, 1st. But again, the Brickyard 200 in a couple weeks, next week, June 30th, right here. We are happy to have Blackhawk Mechanical, your sponsor for the Brickyard 200 at Indy. Again, Rob Rosello, thank you for bringing that sponsorship and enjoying the perks of being here at Gears. Again, next week, right here on twitch.tv/horseboat. Didn't have anything good to say for that, so I tried to fill it with what I could. Chris Otto and Gary Owen on the front row, 2 Chevrolets. When we go, 1 to go. But it is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing night here so far. Only 2 cautions to speak of. Been a good night for the Gears Cup Series. Again, tomorrow night, Las Vegas, the finale. Twitch.tv/BasePuppy. Nate Williams on the call for the Gears Sprocket Series. Again, 6-7-way race for the championship. Rob Rosello, your leader, currently heading into that event at Las Vegas. Again, tune in 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, only on twitch.tv/BasePuppy. Looks like they are getting the 1 to go. Chris Otto, Gary Owen, Rob Rosello Jr., Jacob Malone, Connor Rowe, Steven Jr., Kendorian Davis, Joe Stafford, Floyd Stewart, and Brad Gutierrez. Your top 10 when we go back. Green Flag Racing in the Echo Park restart zone. Again, Chris Otto making his debut for Gears here tonight in that Ally red and white 48 Chevrolet. Outside a guy who he watches vigorously, the 87 of Gary Owen. Kind of master and commander vibes here, Ryan. I don't know about you, but looks like that's what we have here heading into this restart.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, like we alluded to, Chris Otto, new guy, Gary Owen. Probably the most consistent person all season outside of Colby Hogan. Rob Rosello, no wins. Jacob Malone, no wins. Connor Rowe, no wins. So this is going to be interesting.
Green for the Cracker Barrel 200. And I heard somebody's engine blew. I don't know who that was, but that was fucking hilarious. I don't know if you heard that too, but it was really fun.
No.
Somebody's engine died. And I'm assuming whoever it is rolling down pit lane right now. Otto out in front, checking out.
Outside lane really died.
Yeah, it did. No, you're good. I think single file might be the way for now. You don't want to lose track position going, double file. Trying to establish that outside line. Again, if you're trying to establish that outside line, are you wasting more fuel than you should? Especially if this goes the rest of the way green with 24 laps. To be fair, I think maybe everybody will be good the rest of the way.
They should be. I know during that whole caution deal, drivers were chatting up. Some did not get to pit. I think they should have saved enough under that extended caution. But it's more about tires.
Like Chris Otto, Jacob Malone, Kendorian Davis, Gary Owen. Some of those who only pitted twice here tonight. That might affect the outcome of their race. I don't think they could do it on a 2-stop race.
It'll be close.
It'll be close.
I think they're going to have to save in single qualifying line. I think that's why Gary kind of dropped back on that restart, even though the outside line kind of died on him. But I think it was a good thing.
Probably a smart play. Gary Lloyd winning as well this season at Gears. It was long overdue. Winning at Darlington.
That was a great race. I was so glad to see Gary win. Him and Min had a great battle for the win. Hopefully people saw that. If not, they need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, those races get full speed. And actually, I'll pump that page. That's what she said. Go give it a sub. You can see almost every single year that Gears has been around. If you want to catch up, I can't believe we have tenure. That's wild. Going from Heat 5 to iRacing has been amazing, worth the investment. From my point of view, hell, I wouldn't want to be broadcasting series that are on console. I think I like to broadcast, but I want to broadcast get to a real thing. Even if it's a simulation like this, I love doing real people, real connections, real competition. That's what you get here for the Gears Cup Series.
Oh, I'm not sure if you remember what we alluded to earlier. I know Josh Cole is a couple laps down, but him and Brad are next to each other on the track, so this will be interesting.
It must get big and beefy like Chef Boyardee and some beefaroni. Let's ride along with Josh and see if he does anything sus. Again, I hear that Josh Cole just absolutely hates whenever Brad responds in the Discord. I know, Ryan, you get a DM every once in a while being like, why the fuck is that guy saying that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their deal is, man, but, you know.
I hope they can work it out.
Hopefully so. I mean, it's just like a couple of fighting lovers, you know.
Like a married couple.
Yeah, right. And, you know, I know Josh sent out the Discord.
There's anything wrong with that. I want to be clear.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. I understand what it is. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, they bicker like a married couple. And it's honestly funny, but I think it's a little serious.
It might be. It depends on how hot and heavy it is. Right now, Brad Gutierrez on the lead lap. Josh Cole. Will Josh Cole make his dream come true? To touch the back bumper of the 84. He might not, just out of respect, but it might be a lover's quarrel. He might have to stay out of it. 15 laps to go. I am kidding. Again, if you have viewed my program before, satire is my game. Sport is my name. Chris Otto out in front and in the lead. Jacob Malone putting the heat on. In that 45 beast machine. Connor Rowan third. Ken Dorian Joe Stafford, Gary Owen, Brad Gutierrez, Joseph Enright, Jeremy rounding out your top 10. Floyd Stewart running career best right now in 11th. Having a good run here tonight in that NOS 51 machine.
Tom, I know we're coming down to the end here, but who do you like to finish this out? I know we only have about 13 to go.
Yeah. It has been hot and heavy all night. Two cautions to speak of. It's been a great race here, standards wise. 48 of Chris Otto all over lap traffic here coming up Michael Wall. A lonely fish in the sea and a big shark coming Place him a lap down. Michael Wall doing the courteous thing, going to the high side, letting the leaders pass in sportsman-like conduct from that 20 machine. Definitely a shame. But again, Chris Otto making his debut in the 48 Ally machine out in front, and your leader here tonight for the Cracker Barrel 200. Sponsored by Leak Rescue Plumbing. Again, appreciate all the love and support that Leak Rescue does. If you are in North Carolina, you're in the county of York, Chester, Mecklenburg, and Lancaster, reach out for call now for service at 803-984-3812. Again, 803-984-3812 for all your plumbing needs. Block that fucking toilet. Leak Rescue is on the way. Don't clip me. Chris Otto out in front, Jacob Malone, Connor Rowe, Condorian Davis, and Rob Rossello Jr. 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go here for the Cracker Barrel 200.
Here goes Jacob trying to make it down, and he's getting left out.
Jacob Malone has built a reputation for being aggressive. Sometimes people will go with you. Some people like, you know what, we'll do better without you. And that's what's happening right now.
Comes his best buddy, Brad Gutierrez, trying to make it 3 wide.
Josh Cole, Brad Gutierrez, collaboration, question mark?
They made up.
I don't know, man. Maybe a couple DMs went the right way. Jake Malone trying to ride that Cupid train. Not even Valentine's Day. He is getting into the summertime. Love is in the air. But who am I talking about? Who knows? Who cares? Chris Otto, rookie in the Gears Cup Series, out in front, 7 laps to go. Cracker Barrel 200.
Oh, here's Connor's opportunity to pull up outside. Whether he's going to do it or not, if he's going to stick with the 48.
He's going to
I
sit.
think he's going to stick.
Otto, I'm sure the nerves now are starting to set in. Contact a little bit. People starting to push that proverbial envelope. Jacob Malone to the outside. As Ryan mentioned, netcode has been an issue tonight. Something to look out for here late. Let's go up above in the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Give you a little taste of the space that they're not getting. 48, 45 side by side with the 5 and the 84. Brad Gutierrez trying to get win number 2 on the year. 5 laps to go. Time is running out. Malone clears the 48 for the pass.
Now will Josh push Brad up there and they ends up the run? He got him loose there on the back.
43 and the 84 having to join forces.
Couldn't script it any better, Tom.
Another Chevrolet. That outside line has to get together in a hurry. 4 laps to go. Jacob Malone trying to get a win here in the Cup Series. Trying to put it all together.
That lane's broken up. Bottom lane's got the advantage here big time.
Inside lane in the mix.
Connor pulls up. Oh, Connor's getting turned. Oh, they stack up. Looks like they all saved it. Oh, so
Looks
far,
like
oh,
everybody's
again.
good. Again, you can see that a second more than I can. Malone 18th in points. No wins on the year. Win number 1 for the Cup Series. 2 laps to go.
When does the 48 make his move? And then the outside, is the outside lane going to get there? They're forming a run again.
Connor Rowe in that outside outside lane, trying to lead the charge. 45 and the 48 alongside the 34, leading the way. They have it together right now. That line is cooking, coming to the white flag. Jacob Malone's going to lead us down to that Toyota Camry one more time. Gears Cup Series Cracker Barrel 200. Going to be in the books here. 1 lap to go.
Watch out for the 34 here. It's going to get wild.
Who does what when? Again, we race back to the line here towards the end. 48 goes to the top side. Going to get some help from Joe Stafford. 34 of Ken Dorian Davis on the back bumper. The 55, they come around.
48's going to get it.
Line. Your winner will be, oh no!
Chris Otto.
Chris Otto, your winner in his debut for the Gears Cup Series.
What a race.
Oh,
48's
man,
out of
I gotta
breath.
give him a high five. He's a Green Bay, Wisconsin native. Wisco in the house here tonight for the Cracker Barrel 200. Jacob Otto, your winner here in his debut for the Gears Cup Series. Hell yeah, brother.
And Jacob Otto. He combined names again.
He is going to burn it down. Again, up top and above is your unofficial results here tonight. Chris Otto, Jacob Malone, and Joe Stafford, your top 3 here tonight. Again, we're going to watch Jacob Otto burn it down. We'll let you get a beverage, and we'll be right back for the Gears Cup Series post-race show, sponsored by Leak Rescue, in just a moment. All right, bringing you back here live for the conclusion of the Cracker Barrel 200. Again, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Alongside me here tonight, Ryan Robertson in the booth. Let's talk with our third place finisher. Give me just one moment. We'll get him in here again. Looks like Joe Stafford, a solid finish for him. But let's get him in here. Just one moment. All right, Joe, welcome to the program here. Third place finish here tonight. Not a bad deal. Again, started 18th, finishing third. 30 seconds or less. Give us a brief description on how your night went here tonight.
Well, yeah, it was pretty all over the place, I'd say. Got involved in a few of those wrecks, one coming down pit road, and then that one caution where I stayed out. I had to stay out. Because I got caught up on that in that caution on pit road. But yeah, it was up and down. It was a good race though. The package kind of sucks here now with the rescan, but all in all, it was a good race. It's always good racing Gears. It's a great league. Yeah, and finally good to talk to y'all. Finally.
Yeah, it's nice to get you in the booth here. Anybody you want to give a big shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to everyone that runs this league. You for streaming it and broadcasting it, and shout out to everyone watching.
I appreciate that, Joe. Again, Joe Stafford in the 57 machine, finishing third here tonight after starting 18th. Congratulations, my brother. Hopefully you do better here going in the playoffs, and we will see you here towards the end of the year. Congrats, man.
Yes, thank you.
Nice run, Joe.
All right, again, Joe Stafford there tonight, finishing in third, having a good run. And Ryan, I don't know if you have any thoughts about him, but a really solid driver here as we head closer into the postseason.
Yeah, Joe's definitely one to watch. I mean, he has a high rating for a reason. He's really, really quick.
Hello.
All right, and coming in second here tonight, started in eighth, finishing in second, Jacob Malone tried to make a big move towards the end there. Couldn't capitalize here towards the end, but had a great run, Jacob. 30 seconds or less. How did your night go here tonight?
The Atlanta package is horrible. We could not get the outside lane to work. I mean, we did a little bit, but that was because of inside lane checking up and doing their thing. Good win to Chris. 1 for 1 for him. I'm a bit annoyed again because I think I'm getting too close to these things and leading too many laps for these to slip out of my hands, and I just can't. I feel like Willie B right now. I got those good finishes under my belt, but I've dominated the races multiple times, and I can't pull it off at the very end.
Well, it's only a matter of when rather than if when you're going to put it all together here for the Cup Series. But again, a strong finish. Second place is not anything to scoff about, especially with the level of competition here. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Colby, I just got signed to a team with the Adrenaline Motorsports, so I want to give him a shout out for working with me during that race. I have a feeling if we never had that yellow, and if him and Josh didn't make any mistakes on pit road, we could have went green. If we went green to the end, it would have been, us three just going to the battling for the win. It would have been a very interesting fuel race, but unlucky with the yellow and a couple other things. I did have fun here and there, racing Chris and Brad, of course. So want to congratulate Chris again on the win.
Fantastic, Jacob. Well, again, second place finish, not to scoff at. Awesome finish for you. Again, congratulations, and we'll see you here next week.
Yep, thank you. Have a good one.
You are welcome. Again, Chris Otto up here next, making his debut and then pulling off a victory again. Chris in the booth for the first time tonight, 1 for 1, as they say. Green Bay, Wisconsin native, and my man, I'm near Milwaukee, so Wisconsin is in my blood. Congratulations, brother. How are you feeling here tonight after pulling off this victory?
I'm pretty pumped up. I'm not gonna lie. This is awesome. I can't believe that I was able to come out here and just race with these guys, race clean with them. That was the main thing coming into this race. I didn't want to ruin anybody's race, but I wanted to be competitive also, and I exceeded my own expectations tonight, and I'm really proud of that.
Well, you had a great showing again when we did the vetting session and you were brought in. You were really talented at Vegas, and I'm like, wow, it's going to be interesting to see what this guy does. He could be a proverbial threat here in the future. I do hope you stay with Gears going into 2026. But at this moment, I'm going to let you take the floor here. You got 30 seconds left. Give a shout out, anybody you want to give a shout out to, and a thank you. Go ahead right now.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody here at Gears Racing League. I mean, you guys brought me on, and like you said, in that betting session, that was a fun little race we had at Vegas. And then, just everybody that puts on this league, I'm just thankful they allowed me to come in here so late into their season, trusting in me to race clean around championship competitors and be able to come out here and pull off a win is great. So, yeah, I appreciate everything that they did and everything you're doing here with this broadcast. It's awesome to watch. Had it pulled up on my fourth monitor here, listened to it most of the night. So you did a great job. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you joining the league and being a part of it. And again, if this is what we're looking forward to out of you and your performance, I am looking forward to talking to you much more often. Again, 1 for 1 here tonight at Atlanta, bringing it home. Brickyard is next week. What are your thoughts on Indianapolis? Can you hang here like you did at Atlanta?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not very good at Indianapolis, and especially with these cars, you get behind somebody, you just get so aero tight. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. It's gonna be a track position race for sure. If I can find myself up front late, I can use the aero to my advantage and hopefully have a good finish at the end of the day.
All right. And one final question. This is a personal one. You a Packer fan, being a part of Green Bay, or what are you?
Oh yeah, I am a diehard Packers fan. Yeah, I was born in Green Bay. I don't live up there anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm diehard Packers fan. So
That is fantastic. One of my new favorite drivers. Again, congratulations, Chris Otto, pulling off the victory. A 1-for-1. Very difficult to do. Only a couple have done it. Again, congratulations. See you back here next week at Indianapolis.
All right, thanks, Thomas.
You are welcome. Ryan, any final thoughts on here tonight for the conclusion of the Cracker Barrel 200?
It was nice to see a clean finish. I would say, like, no wreck on the last lap. Nice to see just a good old drag race for the win between two really solid drivers. So I thought the race was good. A couple unfortunate things happened, but that's just racing. So solid race all around.
Yeah, again, the Cracker Barrel 200 sponsored by Leak Rescue Plumbing. Next week's going to be the Brickyard 200 sponsored by Blackhawk Manufacturing Group. Again, always a pleasure to have these guys on board. But again, Ryan Robertson, happy to have you. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, wishing you well and a wonderful work week. And we'll see you back here next week at Indianapolis for the Brickyard 200. Again, have a wonderful work week. We'll see you back here again, only here on twitch.tv/Horseboat. If you haven't followed, fucking do it already. We'd love to have you. Join the family. We'll see you here next week. Have a good one.